49 players in this camp. I think in years past there's been like 30, 33. What led to such a jump, I guess, in terms of invitees?
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity just to see different guys, to see college free agents, to see junior free agents. I think it's a great opportunity to give them experience at NHL camp, and then we have more draft picks now too. So we're getting more guys over. So I think the size of the camp is probably just to allow us to get looks, allow exposure, and create relationships.
You led the search for the AHL coach. Just what attracted you to McDonald?
Yeah, Kirk's a guy that talked to a lot of coaches over the last month, and Kirk's a guy that just really stood out in terms of his knowledge, enthusiasm. I think he's served his time. He's been in the East Coast League for a while, went back to the USHL, and has a very diverse background. So I think to me that was really appealing. Just a guy that's kind of coached junior kids as well as pros, and also just I thought we saw the game philosophically the same way, and I could tell he was hungry for the job too, which I think the players feel the enthusiasm.
Yeah. Sergei Miroshov coming over, kind of a late addition.
Yeah.
What's your plan with him? Might we see him in the fall here in North America?
Yeah, it's a little bit to be determined. Things are a little bit more complicated sometimes when it comes to the Russian players and just determining their eligibility and where they are. But Sergei's a guy we'd like to have over if it works out, and if not, we'll put him on the right development path over in Russia. So, but we're happy to have him here. It's important to get him in person for him to be around Pittsburgh, to be with our goalie coaches, just kind of see how things are here, and whether it's this year or in future years, it just creates that familiarity for him. So, it's great that he was able to make it, and even though it was last minute, we did everything we could to get him over here.
With Jaeger, where did you see the biggest strides in his game, and is even though he still has junior eligibility left, I mean, is this someone who has a realistic shot to make the team if he has a good camp here in the fall? Yeah,
I think so. I would never want to limit a young player's ability to make the team, so he controls that in terms of how he shows up and how he plays, but we saw great growth in just his ability to play tough matchups. I think when a team goes on a run and wins like they did, I think that's a great stress test for a young player. He played big matchups against a lot of really good players in the Western League, and just his overall kind of drive and wanting to make a difference in those big games. I thought he had World Junior experience, Memorial Cup experience. It's a great development year for a young guy like that.
Jason, kind of the same question on Owen Pickering. He also expressed a desire to compete for a spot with the big club in camp, and also just how much he's looking forward to actually partaking in a camp after being injured. Just what have you seen from him in terms of his development?
Yeah, for sure. It's been a couple tough training camps for Pick not being able to participate. So we're excited to have him. We're excited to see that he's healthy. This is a big summer for him, turning pro. It's a big jump from junior hockey. So I love that he has the enthusiasm, wants to come in and bang the door down and make the Penguins. And we'll welcome that challenge and judge him by how he's playing and put him on the right path. But it's great for him that he's healthy right now. He's had a good start to his summer training. We'll try to use this as a springboard for the rest of the summer and get him in here and get him up and rolling.
When you guys made the trade with Carolina in March, Ville Koivunen seemed like the guy Kyle really was singing the praises of. What excited you guys about him before the trade, and what's your assessment of him now that he's had maybe a little bit of time with the organization?
Yeah, hockey sense I think would be the biggest thing. I think he thinks the game at a very high level. I think he's able to manipulate defenders, with his subtle movements, and he's very dangerous in the power play coming downhill. So I think now that it's unfortunate he only got a couple games in Wilkes. I think he would have benefited from more American League games, but it is what it is. And I thought that he showed well in those games. He's able to make plays at a quick pace. I think the important part of development for him would be just getting the pace of his skating up stronger. I know you're now stepping into playing against men all the time, and even though he did that in Finland, the rink closes a little quicker on you in the American League and the NHL, so we'll help him kind of with that transition. But with the hockey IQ, I think that's the exciting part for us.
Going back to Jaeger, with the transfer agreement, is there a chance you get an exemption because of the COVID shortened year that would allow him to go to the AHL, or is it definitely only?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think they're planning on changing the rules, but it's a good idea.
Well, no, because like Shane Wright got the exemption because of the.
But he played.
You can't apply.
He played a year older.
Okay.
He played a year younger as a junior.
Okay.
So I think that's. I played the American League the same way. Anybody that played as a 15-year-old, I think they've made that exemption. But this would be a new exemption, which I doubt the league is looking to do. Yeah.
Luke Devlin is dealing with an injury. Do you anticipate that being anything long-term, or is that just maintenance?
No, it's more, he got cleaned up, and you don't want to rush a kid at this time of year. He's, on the ice gingerly, so there's no point in throwing him in. It's more just setting him up for a good season next year. Good to have him in, good to have him with our medical people, and we'll send him off in good form and make sure he's ready to go.
Thanks, Bez.
All right.